nothing crazy. So I don't really advertise for that either. So I'd like people to check out my book, Shame on Shay. Schae is how I spell Shay. And that is the follow-up to Kim's Lost Words. And that's on Amazon. Just Google search Todd Chris or Amazon Shame on Shay book, something like that. It's in the Amazon queue. But, you know, it really was a once-in-a-lifetime thing. None of my other books have ever sold near what Kim's did. So I'm really grateful to have met Wade, to have met Courtney. But, you know, this is a whole nother level. These lawsuits are going to be going on for years. Unless they drop them or settle, we're all going to be tied together for the next 2 years.
So Agent Orange is asking, who's funding your escapades? You're self-funded, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you mean by escapades, but yeah, I write all my own books and I fund my own stuff, yeah.
Pam wants to know, why did you change some bits in the book?
Couple of reasons. When I gave it the title, Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice from the Other Side, I put Kim's picture on the book. I wrote the disclaimer about Albie Shore and Jamie Foxx. I put my twist onto what Kim had already done. There's other things that I edited and I just kind of formatted some things. I wrote a couple of different things, but I didn't really change the book. So people try to say, like some of these stalkers online, they try to say like, he admitted he wrote the book. I didn't write the book. All I did was I adjusted a couple things. I would never change something. I didn't change anything. And so I had to put, and I also made sure it said for Kim Porter and not by Kim Porter, because Kim's Lost Words is my book. Courtney's book is Tell It All. That's Courtney's book. So obviously we're all still, you know, partners, but I'm saying if it ever came down to nuts and bolts, Kim's Lost Words is part of the Chris Todd brand of books, of solving murders, what I did on OJ, Natalie Wood, Zodiac, okay, Delphi, John Bonet, hopefully Madeline McCann. So this is part of my catalog. This is my thing. So, yeah.
Lisa's asking, in one book it says Tupac lost a testicle, and another one it said a lung. Why such?
I believe, now someone can do the research and go for it. From what he lost a testicle in the quad shooting, not a lung. He lost a lung when he was shot and then died. That's when he lost the lung. That's what my research says. If I'm wrong, someone tell me. But I've always understood testicle was lost at the Quad Studios, and then the lung was lost right before he died.
What significant thing have you learned about yourself or this case since we last saw you on here?
I think the OJ case really set me up for this Kim Porter thing. Obviously, that didn't go viral. That never succeeded the way what Courtney and Wade allowed me to do, right? So what I would say is I was training for this moment for almost 10 years. Training. So I was ready. Nothing's really changed. Like, it didn't change me, the Kim Porter stuff. What I think it did was it rewarded me with all my years of fighting for victims. And somehow Kim Porter came to me and gave me something. And I think she wanted me to help her. Because obviously, maybe she took a swing with Courtney and Wade, and there were other people that knew. And maybe the celebrity source that we won't say anymore, but maybe those people didn't do what Kim wanted to get done, right? So they might have needed somebody else. Like Sloan Bella said, there's a white guy. I see a white man that's going to do something with Kim's thing. She said that way before I even knew what was going on. So she also predicted something on OJ too. that she talked about me, not by name, but she said again, something's going to come out with somebody else. And that was me. So there's some connectivity, but it's a good question. But no, I mean, I'm the same. It's that this was more of a reward. And obviously, look, with like lawsuits and more jazz coming down the road, obviously I don't know what's going to happen and how much harder I may have to fight. So, but I've been ready for this for 10 years. I've been training for this moment.
Michael wants to know whether you are a made man like Courtney.
Yeah. that was great. You and Roro, that was a classic. What did he say? Oh, I know Jay-Z because I'm a made man. When Courtney says made man, obviously, like he has the Freemason cane, and he obviously has some connection to Freemasons. And I do know that Courtney did work for mob guys back in the day. I don't know if they made him. I mean, a lot of African-American men weren't made by the mob, nor were Jewish guys. They were never made either. So I think in a way it's like he is a made man in a way, but maybe not the definition like in the mafia, getting your button and stuff like that.
Here's a more serious one. So, do you ever regret writing the book and the hurt and distress this has caused for the family?
I don't regret it, no. And when I do cases, whether they're civilian cases, whether they're famous, like Natalie Wood was like the first big case I ever worked, okay? And there are a lot of growing pains with that, when I dealt with people on that. There's no regret. Are things going to get really messy and there's going to be a lawsuit like with Charlie and OJ and that? Yes. Okay. Zodiac, I had a lot of issues with that. Delphi had a lot of threats of lawsuits. There's no regrets. If you look at the stories through the eyes of the victims themselves, right? The people who were unalived, you fight for them and you stick to what you believe is the truth. Because look, Ted Bundy said he didn't do it too. So did John Wayne Gacy. Do you believe them? Patsy Ramsey said she didn't kill John Bonet. Do you believe her? So there's Arthur Lee Allen said he wasn't the Zodiac. Okay? You're going to hit crossroads where everyone's like, no, they said they didn't do it. They said they didn't do it. So there's no regrets. You stand for something. You fight. And if you find out later that you were wrong, oh well. Because if this journey is to shake out the truth. Sometimes you don't know. You know, like mind reading. Oh, you think of a number 1 to 10. 7. Oh, I wasn't thinking of 7. I was thinking of 5. Well, you told me what number you're thinking about, didn't you? So on the Cobain thing right now, people are flying up in arms. Please check out the Kurt Cobain stuff. Please. We've had a death. One of the people has died, left a confession. A supposed confession. I haven't heard the whole thing. It's out there. Please go to whokilledkurt.org. Go to the videos. Go to the YouTube. Look up Joe Burns. We've lost somebody that was an integral player in this, and Kurt Cobain needs justice.
Who's died?
I don't want to say the name because they're really testy right now. One of the potential witnesses to the murder has died.
You're going to bring someone on to talk about this?
Didn't you talk to Michelle? You met Michelle, right?
We talked to a few people.
Yeah. You met Michelle, right? Pink hair.
Yeah.
Wasn't she on your show? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could bring her back on. I think if you want to get in touch with her, maybe you should bring her back on. I could come on with her, or she could do something by herself with you if you want. She's in the eye of the storm right now. We've lost a very important figure, and this is a whole new ball game. So a lot of these things, in any cases, they're dirty, they're nasty. People get really upset, and like I said, man, I'm like a boxer. You know, just like sometimes I get punched, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. I keep fighting. You know, and that's it.
Question from Tashelle. Do you feel that your involvement with Kim's book gives you vindication due to ills you have experienced in the entertainment industry?
Well, I guess this person kind of knows me. So they're obviously bringing up my Hollywood past. So I think that's a really cool question. I appreciate that. Somewhat, yes, because making money at Amazon's the one who's helped us. And yes, you could say they're partly Hollywood, right? Amazon Studios. But to me, Amazon, the website, is not Hollywood. Okay. I've obviously done a lot of stuff with NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox. I have many companies, many. I still haven't really received my full vindication yet. So I'm still working for that, because these people, look, this NBC thing, I'm telling you right now, this NBC documentary, this Discovery ID documentary, these people troll my stuff. They've trolled me for a long time. They knew about Kim's book. Netflix knows about it. They sent somebody to meet me. Discovery ID knew about the book before it came out. NBC knew about, they all did. They all did. And they didn't want to work with me. Now, obviously, they do good stuff. Ari Mark is good. He's a good director. He did a good job. He got his ass sued for $100 million. And Ariel got sued for $50 million. And News Nation, $50 million. So, and $500 million at Discovery ID. Why are you guys so afraid of me? You're getting sued anyway. Might as well tell the truth. See, now this is the last thing I want to say. So people like Courtney Burgess, Ariel Mitchell, and even me, so to speak, or me separated from them. We are the kryptonite. They are not. I might be able to prove Albie Shore was poisoned by Diddy, but he's got to ask me. Get it? See? I might be able to prove Kim Porter was unalived, but somebody's got to ask me to do it. So again, they do these documentaries. Cool. They did a good job. They said a lot of crazy stuff. I have the kryptonite. They don't. Just like I did on OJ. Netflix just did a big thing on OJ, and everybody's writing me. What do you think, Chris? What do you think? They ain't got nothing. They got nothing.
So Tracy wants to know, Chris, don't you think you should rat on the studio execs that are watching the Bieber tapes? Don't you think that would be the correct and just thing to do?
I am going to. This time has to be right. I am going to, because I'm tired of these people in Hollywood telling me all this, like, why? And think of it this way. Why does that studio exec get to watch the video of Justin Bieber and you don't? Why do they get to watch it? Why? Did they report it to the police? Nope. Did they call the feds? Nope. See, Hollywood, there's always this double standard. There's always this hypocrisy with them. They can do whatever they want, but once you have it and once you try to do something, no. How much money did NBC make from ad sales from their documentary? How much? Let's audit them. How much did you make? How much did you pay the producers? $1 million? $500,000? How much? Did you guys make money off of Kim Porter? Yes, you did. So stop saying about me and Courtney and Ariel, we're trying to make a bunch of money off of this. What do you think the studios are doing? What's Netflix going to do when they make their special? I'll tell you right now, this lawsuit with NBC, I guarantee you right now, those Netflix executives are like, whoa, hold up. They're going to pull the reins a little bit. Yup. Oh, yeah, they are. And I know Netflix is like, well, we got enough money, more money than God. I don't care. They ain't going to want to be slapped with a $100 million lawsuit either. They're not. It still costs them a lot of money for those lawyers, man. They start billing them for 2-3 years. That's millions of dollars. Millions. For what? What are you going to say? And you're going to interview the Porter family? What are they going to say? Oh, we didn't know there was a book. We didn't know that. What's 50 Cent going to say? Oh, I knew Diddy was a punk. Okay. And then you're going to get sued for $100 million, maybe more. Netflix has bigger pockets probably than NBC does. So it's a war, man. This is a war going on right now.
What do you think about Bieber looking like Jesse from Breaking Bad who's been on a binge for a week.
I have no idea why Justin Bieber just doesn't do a press conference and just sit down at a table and tell us what happened. Tell us what happened to you. Because if you were a victim of Diddy, say it. Just say it. The more he sits back, man, I feel bad for him. I do. And it's not about money. You know, you're right. He looks banged up, man. And every day somebody online is saying something crazy. Oh, he's going down. Hollywood's going down. Bieber, what's his name? Scooter Braun brought him to Usher, and then Usher flipped him to Diddy. It looks like this is true. And Jaguar knows this too. She knows the trajectory and the history of some of these actors and performers like this. It's sad. It is. But if I was Bieber, he's got a lot of money, a lot of power. Come forward. Come forward. Because I'm telling you, man, if that stuff leaks out, dude. And I know he could sue people. Look, he could be like, his lawyers could tell him, look, let's wait. If somebody releases it, we're going to sue him to the high heavens, right? And we're going to destroy them like you've never, ever seen. And maybe that's good enough for Justin. Maybe it is. Maybe that's what he's doing. But all these people that were involved with Diddy, they have skeletons in their closet. They knew what he was doing. They say Oprah's name a lot. She knew what he was doing. I can tell you right now, word on the street, there's some people that are supposedly at some of these parties and on these tapes that would ultimately destroy their lives. Not only their careers, their lives. Okay? These are people that you worship, that you look up to every day. Every day. Diddy polluted this entire industry. So I don't know if they're taking anybody else. There's no enterprise letter yet. I don't know if they're going after Christina Coram. I don't know if they're going after Stevie J or Muhammad or the other guys. I don't know. We're waiting. I don't know what the federal government's doing. It's just Diddy? Just him? We're not going to take down all the other people unless they flipped. But I don't think they have. I probably would have heard.
Yeah, I mean, 50's got a documentary coming out, hasn't he? So isn't he going to get sued?
He's going to get sued, yep.
Are they just waiting for him to step up with his doc, or are they trying to intimidate him?
Yep. Well, I'll tell you this. Let's remember this. Diddy's a badass. Let's be honest. He's a badass. He has money. He might have more. I think he has more money than 50. I think he does. Now, 50 does own a lot of stuff. He's an entrepreneur. He does series. I get it. I'm sure he's worth $50 to $100 million. You know what Diddy's worth? Like almost $1 billion. Okay? Big difference. And so if Diddy sees 50 Cent put this thing out, yeah, he's coming after him. Absolutely. Diddy's fighting back from jail right now. If you really think about it, he's fighting back from jail. He's like, go after NBC. You know who's next, right? It's Discovery ID. They're next. Anybody that talks about me and says I have R'd people or M's or SA'd people, go after them. Take them out. And it's his right to do it. Absolutely. These are civil lawsuits. He could sue anybody he wants from jail.
So do you predict that you will be subpoenaed to testify about Kim/Diddy?
I really don't know.